this is called the smoke tree, and it goes into bloom, and it's in the pea family, and it's just, some of the plants are just solid purple pea flowers. The entire plant is just enveloped in it, and it's just beautiful, and the bees and the insects, the pollinators are all over it, and it's just this incredible show. So, wait for June. Late May, early June is when it's going to bloom, and it's a beautiful, beautiful bloom when it happens. Again, instead of this, the reason it's called smoke tree is because it kind of looks like a puff of smoke from a distance, but at that time of year it looks like a puff of indigo blue, which is all over the place. It's an interesting plant to talk about in terms of desert adaptations, because if you're a desert plant, especially a shrub that's going to live from year to year to year, the hardest thing to deal with is the loss of water, because those wet years, like or even the rain we had last week, they're pumping all that water into its roots and all those tissues, and then it may not rain again for another 12 months, and so it's got to deal with not losing moisture during that period. The place that almost all plants lose their moisture is in leaves, and so if you've got a leaf, there's a couple of things you can do. If you're a creosote bush, what they do is that the blades of the leaf, the sun hits them so that it's on the edge of the blade as opposed to the flat of the blade, so the leaves don't get very hot, and the leaves are covered with this oily substance that tends to hold the water in. But this plant has taken it to the extreme. It said, you know, leaves are really hard to deal with if you're a desert plant, so I'm going to just get rid of them. And so it does all of its photosynthesis through its stems, and then it puts kind of a waxy coating over the stems, so it really, really is very good at avoiding water loss. Unfortunately, it's very spiny, and so even if you were to put it in your yard, it's not a plant you can hug very much. When we first came to the desert, I had this great idea. We had one in our yard that I would create a Christmas tree out of them, and then I took a branch and I put all the lights on it, and it looked beautiful, but it was really hard to get those lights on it because all those spiny branches. So we didn't do that anymore.